Welcome to the Fighting Dementia Podcast. We're here to help those who are living with dementia in the early to middle stages, or people supporting people living with dementia. My name's Leon, one of the co-hosts.
I'm Tom, I'm another co-host. I've had mixed dementia for 8 years.
And I'm Fran, I'm another co-host, and I have mixed dementia, Alzheimer's and vascular dementia.
Hi, I'm Marion. I'm Tom's wife.
Lucky you.
I'm Jayla.
She's married to the comedian.
I must have done something bad in one. Yes.
So yeah, we thought we'd have a little quick episode and catch up on some of the behaviour change stuff that we talked about in the past, and one of them thinking about learning new skills and hobbies and interests, which we know is really powerful. So if you have just been diagnosed or in the early stages, taking up learning new skills is really, really good for the brain, whether you're good at it or not. Tom, you brought in some polygraphy.
Yes, I have these. One of them.
So for the listeners who aren't watching, polygraphy is, Tom?
Burning pictures into wood. It just keeps me occupied and I feel calm when I do it.
There you go.
But now I've started doing paint by number, which is just as good.
So that's something you started recently?
Last week.
Yeah.
So
and you said you went into it try and do it for an hour, and you ended up
3 or 4 hours. I was just painting away, just lost time. It was really, really relaxing. I find it relaxing anyway.
Lovely. And for your birthday, Fran, I got you a painting set. How's that been going?
Yeah, it's going good. And the fact that,
It's not been opened
well,
yet.
it was. But I thought I'd be clever, and I thought, I've got books in ours about, I love Vincent van Gogh, and I love all about painting about that and things like that. I love paintings. And it's his letters to his brother and his family and everything. And I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to show Leon. I'm going to do this for him. So I traced out the sunflower vase. Thought I was dead clever. And then it took me ages, and then I put it onto the pad. And then I'm working away and thinking, oh, that's great. And I picked it up. There was nothing there. I was so disappointed. I'd put 2 pieces of tracing paper on.
Just get paint by number.
So as you can imagine, it got binned. But I will do something at some stage. I will. Yeah. And I enjoy it. I like painting. Like you're saying, I don't do it all the time or anything like that, but even when I was a kid, we had painting by numbers and stuff like that. And it was always good to just sit there and do it.
Yeah.
Or to do something that makes you concentrate. I'm not a crossword, really jigsaw puzzle or something like that, because I can't really coordinate them now. But I just like doing different things.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be like you say, if you want to go dancing, or you want to go and play golf or anything, as long as it's something different and it's making you think differently.
Absolutely,
and to do different things, isn't it?
And ideally, like we had the music therapist Lizzie on last week, you know, playing an instrument, which Dawn had started playing the trombone only since getting dementia. She found it really helpful for her. Whatever it is, can you find something that you enjoy? Mm-hmm. And, you know, you don't have to become amazing at it. Yeah. If you've been constantly adding to that skill, you know, it's really good for your brain health.
Shopping for me.
There you go.
Well,
you get really good at
golf,
shopping.
Fran.
Sorry.
Do you play golf?
Do I play golf?
Yeah.
No, I used to do it with the kids when they were younger.
Come and play with me and Kieran.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We just wander all over the place.
That's something, again, you've recently taken up at the end of last summer, wasn't it?
Yeah, golf. I enjoy it. I'm no good at it.
Yeah.
But I just enjoy the walk.
It's just the fun of being there with people, isn't it?
Yeah. And when it's a good drive, I'm made up with it. It goes forever. But I'm no good on the green because it goes backwards and forwards on the green.
Yeah.
And I always win, though, because I get more points than my son.
I miss it left, right and centre.
Yeah.
And then I go,
We really hope you're enjoying this podcast. We want this to be one of the best free resources for any family affected by dementia. With your help, we can build the biggest community in the world for supporting, guiding and comforting everyone who faces cognitive issues and the people around them. So please hit that subscribe button or share it with someone who needs it.
What about you, Marion, having, been on the podcast and following the podcast? Have you considered any sort of hobbies or interests or skills, or do you have the time or the energy?
I do.
Wine tasting.
Yeah, yes, I do baking.
Yeah.
And I've been to classes.
Oh, yeah.
To like those
Stillman.
chocolate oranges.
Oh, yeah.
I'd done that at one of the classes.
Oh,
I went
really?
to.
Yeah. So you got, for my son Dylan, you got him a chocolate orange that was in a Father Christmas icing.
Yeah.
But it was like in the middle was a terry chocolate. I mean, it looked unbelievable. It's like very, very professional.
So I've done that, and I've done like cupcake classes, how to decorate, and that really relaxes me.
Oh,
And that's really helped me.
yeah.
And I don't have the time to do it all the time, but sometimes I do like take a day off work and I'll do something like that. So it's like time for myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what it can be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Learning new skill, enjoying
Yeah.
it, which is great for your brain. But then it is also that time, like you say, for yourself.
Yeah.
And carving that out, I think, is like super important for both someone supporting living with someone with dementia and someone with dementia.
I done, and I do it now and again. I've just remembered. I embroidered. I get
didn't
those
know.
little ones like that. I made Daisy a Father Christmas one. Well, I didn't make it for Daisy, but she come in and she said, "Is that for me, Nan?" And I went, "Yeah." So I didn't know what. So it's, but I do that, and I find that it's a different skill altogether. Trying to get it in the right squares and
Yeah.
do it up the right way and
Yeah.
stuff. I have had some disasters, but I just do the little ones. I wouldn't go in for a great big one or anything like that, but just a little one. So I do that as well. Forgot about that.
And how have you found incorporating new skills or thinking about making the time for it? How has it been for you, Tom? Because you seem to be quite keen to do different ones and adding in different ones.
I enjoy it. I'll have a try at anything. It doesn't always work out right, but I'm hoping this paint by number thing will, and it's looking good at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy trying something different.
And has Marion supported you in all that?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Yes.
Marion bought it for me for my birthday, Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah, she's always supported me.
Oh,
I think he needs some time for himself and take him away from things. So he's concentrating and it stops him getting agitated. This week it's been a tough week for him because our neighbours have been doing work on the house. There's so much noise going on. So he could just take himself away from that and concentrate on the painting.
yeah. That makes sense.
You do have to concentrate, don't you? Because it's very small and minute.
Yeah.
And when my sister-in-law does it, she has a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I got one of them.
So you are concentrating, aren't you?
Yeah.
Everything else is...
Gone.
And how about for you, Fran? Like integrating new things or new skills, how do you find that? Because you obviously have like reasonably set routines with visiting people and stuff.
Yeah.
How do you find making space for new things? Or
Well, if I decide to do something, like I'll... now and again, I'll knit a scarf, something like that. And I quite like doing stuff like that, but it takes me a while because...
yeah,
and I use thick wool and big needles. So, but it just gives me something else to do. And anything else that I'd try. Like I went candle making this weekend with my daughter. She bought it for my birthday. And I found it really good because I really listened to the woman and what she said and what we had to do. In fact, I ended up telling Kellyanne what she had to do. But it was great. And there was just all different people there. We were all chatting. And it was in a pub.
Not wrong with that.
So, but it was just, it's nice to do different things. And I'm absolutely made up with my candle. I've got to wait 2 weeks before I light it. But, and I bought a set then when I was there. So when the kids, Lily and Daisy, are on half term, I'm going to bring them in and make them with them.
Mm-hmm.
Frank will be there, obviously, but we'll make them together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm teaching them, and it's just good.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
good
that's a
doing
skill.
something
It's
different.
like
isn't it?
learning a skill and then being able to pass it on is like fantastic
so
for the brain.
we're looking to do
you
something else now.
fantastic.
So I don't know what that's going to be, but we're looking.
Parachute jump.
Sorry.
Parachute jump.
I'm not sure.
Hey.
I'm not sure how much you would learn in that scenario.
I forgot to which
She's learning
chord
she's scared
to
of
pull.
heights.
Say which chord I forgot to pull.
I'll be fine.
I went to a group with a carers group with the Carers Trust, and we done painting. It was around Christmas, so we'd made an ornament to go on the Christmas tree, and it was made out of like pottery.
Nice.
And you just painted it, and that was lovely because you could just like do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
And I know there's quite a lot of places that do something similar, and then they put it in the kiln and then you pick it up a couple of weeks later.
It's so important to be out there, isn't
Yeah,
it? And trying new things and doing
They do
new
something
things.
in Norfolk Street, that street just round here. They do a few things there. I can't remember now. I looked at it on Saturday when Kellyanne and I came out the candle thing. We were thinking of what we would do next. And there was something in Norfolk Street. I can't remember what it was, but there's so much to do.
Yeah.
There's pottery, painting, jewellery making, pasta making.
Yeah.
There was other things as well.
There is, and if you have that attitude of, oh, I'm happy to go and learn, and your paint by numbers book was what, 10 or 15 quid, something like that, Marion, something like that, and
yes,
then a
£15.
few paints, maybe 10,
No,
15.
the paints come with it.
Oh well, there you go, even better. Happy
Everything,
day.
yeah.
Well, there you go.
You got everything there.
So for that money, and you've already spent 3 hours or longer. And how many hours of time is that going to take? And it's good for concentration.
Yeah.
It's good for your dexterity in your hands. There's so many things out there that can be cheap. It's just having that desire to go and do it. And I think if you're in the early stage of having dementia, really try and have that desire.
It gives you confidence as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Tom?
Because I was surprised how
Because you
good
think,
it looked.
I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas you're walking around some days and think, no, I can't do that, I can't do that.
You don't know till you try, do you?
Yeah. And I think with our personalities now, about you, Tom, you do try, don't you? You think, I'll have a go at that. I don't care whether I do it or not, as long as I've had a go.
Your two attitudes to that is part of the reason why I still think you're doing so well 5 and 8 years into the disease of dementia, because, you have this attitude of, we will try things, we will keep getting up every day, we will go to work, we will try and play golf. And I think if others watching can take that forward into their lives in the early stages of disease, you're going to have a much better chance of having a lot of quality
living in
years.
the now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Which is a great segue into Reminiscence Corner, because I just thought of a great clip that I saw the other day that's just come out. So we'll have a short break and then we'll come back to that clip. Okay. There you go.
For people like me, it's not about making memories, it's about making moments. They're the most important things in me.
I don't see you any different to anyone else who's a friend in my life. So, yeah, similar to you, Deb, I totally echo what you're saying.
The thing I see with Peter is I know he won't remember this.
Right.
And I've accepted it. And I might tell him that if we go out later for a cup of coffee, I might say, oh, earlier today we did whatever we've done. But I've accepted he won't remember, but I've also accepted he's having a great time in the moment of doing it.
Yeah.
And that's my mind having to change to fit into his perception of the world.
And
I think that people so often try to make memories. And I think for people like me, it's not about making memories, it's about making moments. They're the most important things in me. A memory is not, it's just a word to me now. It's not a thing anymore. But a moment is a word and a thing. So if we can make moments, that's perfect.
True.
Loads of moments. Can't remember them though.
But you do try.
You do, yeah.
Originally, I started and thinking about memories, thinking, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, and I'll do this. I never thought about it as living in the moment. And then one day I thought, well, I'm not going to remember these anyway at some stage. If it advances further and nothing else happens to me before that, with something else or whatever. But I thought, I need to concentrate on the now.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's really powerful for me as well, because, I mean, so much of the mental health crisis is people worrying about the future.
It reduces your stress.
Fretting about the past. Whereas, there's a guy called Eckhart Tolle, like the power of now, which was recommended to me years ago. And it's all about just living in the moment. Yeah. And meditation is a lot about
nothing
living
else
in the
you
moment.
can do.
Well, you are in the moment, aren't you? Like we're here now, and there isn't anything else apart from this moment.
Yeah.
So it was really powerful that 11 years in since diagnosis, Peter was talking about that in terms of how he does get through the day, in terms of just focusing on the here and now and the moments that he's having, because his memory has got to a point where, he really can't remember what he did yesterday in any specific way. Yeah. So focusing on the here and now and the present is just so powerful. And not just for people living with dementia, but potentially even more powerful to be able to do that. Because otherwise you might sit there all day and worry about the future all day, after you've been diagnosed, which I'm sure a lot of people do, which is understandable.
I did. When I got diagnosed, sat there, look out the window thinking, what's going to happen now then? And then everything just changed one day. I thought, stop this, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
And I do.
Well, that's it.
When Marion lets me, anyway. Don't you love?
Yeah.
Want to get Marion's permission.
It's almost like, you were sat there thinking about the future every day, not understanding that you're here, you're now.
The day's gone by then.
And you'd given up work, and you thought, I'm giving up cycling and all this because I've got dementia. And then you sat there worrying about the future, as opposed to, well, I'm still here.
Yeah, just get on with
I can just go and do whatever I want now.
It's because people aren't educated, are they, Tom?
Yeah, I think they've got to have the get up and go as well to do it themselves. But like you say, they're not educated. They've got to get that drive and go, right, I'm going to do whatever I want now.
People don't understand that, as I was saying yesterday, people don't understand that you can have some form of life. Yeah, it's definitely not the life that you want, and it's not the life that you would wish upon anybody, but you've got it. So you've got to do something about it. Yeah. Like you were saying, Tom, first off, you was like in the doldrums.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was not, because I knew from 2 years previous nearly going through getting everything
diagnosed,
done, that I knew I had it, and no one else would, sort of say, yes, you have. And my age was a concern, because they said, well, we won't diagnose you with that because you're not old enough, and things like that. And once I got my diagnosis properly, and I knew what was ahead, I thought, well, all I can do now is live every day as it comes.
Yeah, you live your life, don't you? Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
You've got to.
As best you can.
Yeah.
And did you see that change, Marion and Tom?
Yeah. I think when Tom got his diagnosis, it was a shock to us. We weren't expecting it. So it took us a while to get our heads around it. And like we were doing, like saying, we're going to make memories, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But then all of a sudden everything fell into place, and we got over the shock and everything. And we just thought, we're just going to get on with life and just enjoy what we've got together.
Yeah. And do you manage to stay in the present a lot, and not, or do you find yourself worrying about the future?
I would imagine you worry more because you're...
Yeah. I've worried a lot because I think it's mainly with Kieran as well.
Your son?
Yeah. So he wouldn't be able to live on his own without any extra support. And that's what concerns me. And I've always worried about him. But I know there's going to be someone there for him. So, he will get what he needs, and hopefully I can get that in place before anything happens to us.
Yeah.
Because I think if we'd had another child, I would feel better. But we've just got Kieran, and that's my concern.
Not so much about Tom these days.
Oh, good Lord, no. I'm just after thought.
No, at first I did. And I used to think, what's the future going to hold? How am I going to cope? And, things like that. But I don't think about that anymore. We just get on with.
Take it a day at a time.
Yeah.
Because what else can you do, really? Yeah, you have to do some maybe planning around power of attorney and, maybe some financial planning and things like that. But once those things are there, then it's about focusing on the moment. And hopefully through this podcast, people can also focus on some of the behaviours and changes that you can make to live as long as possible, where you don't have to consider, the more serious side of the neurodegeneration that might eventually happen.
Yeah.
Or which might not, because something else might happen, like you said before, Fran.
It's like you're not educated, like you're saying, we're not educated enough about it. Because as soon as Tom got his diagnosis, I was thinking, well, he's going to deteriorate now. I never thought he'd be doing a podcast 8 years down the line.
Yeah.
So you don't know enough about it, and people don't tell you. There's nobody there to sort of say, you can and give examples so you can see people living with it.
Yeah.
We had nothing, and that's what was so hard.
Well, I think it's still the case that because the NHS is worried that they don't understand exactly where someone's dementia might be, and they don't understand that
There's that many types.
There's that many types, and there's also that many types of progression and things.
Yeah.
So they don't want to share or give you a booklet that says, look at all these things that you could do right now. Because, why isn't there my son's studying his GCSEs, why isn't there a textbook on that you give to someone with dementia, say, look, here's 30, 40 pages. If you looked into all these things, drinking more water, looking after your sleep, learning new skills, being socially active, being physically active, and told you all the reasons why isn't there just a book that everyone with dementia is given the moment they're diagnosed, so that then they could end up like you, Tom, 8 years in, or you, Fran, 5 years in, and be able to do a podcast and to talk about 6 years. There you go. There you go. So 6 years in. So it's like, but that's not given, I think, because they're worried that, well, what if someone then drops off a cliff within 3 months? But that's, to me, just seems crazy because, well, what about all those people that could really benefit from that book and that information at that time, that could go on to really fight the disease's progression?
It's underdiagnosis as well.
Yeah.
People aren't getting diagnosed.
Yeah, because they're scared.
Because they're either scared to go or the GP or the health professional doesn't have enough knowledge to think. And the other thing, the big thing with women is the menopause. So it's... people aren't savvy enough in most cases to diagnose somebody.
Which can be a couple of years more without you doing anything about it. Yeah. Which I know medication has really helped you, hasn't it?
The sooner you get on the tablet or whatever you get, it's better, really.
Do you reckon there's thousands of people in England walking around with dementia?
Absolutely, yeah.
Just not diagnosed.
Yeah.
Given a different...
sad.
And some of them are in mental health units.
And I think people are so scared of it that there's even more people, because even someone that like you internally felt like you had it and understood that you had it, some people feel like that maybe for a year, 2 years, 5 years, but don't want to do anything about it because they're scared to go and acknowledge it.
Yeah, and that's understandable. You're frightened, aren't you?
Yeah.
But it's just a disease that
you got to tackle it as soon as possible.
Needs tackling by everybody.
Just like cancer.
You're saying.
The sooner you catch cancer, the better chance you have of doing well.
They've found with cancer and the way the people now who have certain cancers, I only have to look at my husband, and there's so much out there.
Yeah.
And if they'd done more, like Alzheimer's obviously do loads of research, and all the neurosciences and surgeons and everybody, they do a lot of research regarding it all. But there's so many different other illnesses that they have to research as well.
And I think that's the message, because the NHS is just talking about a new blood test that might be able to diagnose Alzheimer's years and years before a finger prick test.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to go and get that. If you've got any concerns whatsoever about your neuro health, go and get the test.
Yeah.
Because the sooner you know, you could now have a really big head start on looking after your brain health.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I was saying that yesterday about diet.
Yeah.
I've also, as I was just saying to them, The only thing I wish we could do is get into the younger generation and just give them an insight to what this is and how they could be. I'm not saying they will never get it, because sometimes it's not that. That's not the case, but there's so much they can do to alleviate it for a very long time.
Absolutely.
Before, we're talking about changing the diet, processed foods, exercise, and it's all in moderation. It's not.
Yeah, you don't have to be fanatic.
You don't have to be fanatical. No, just in moderation. So
there you go. We're going to solve all the world's problems on this podcast. I love it.
Yeah, we are.
Cool.
See, Tom didn't really have, the symptoms that Tom had wasn't symptoms you'd associate with Alzheimer's. As well. Because that's when we went to the GP and they said they're going to do a memory test on him.
Which is another reason when you present it with anger or some other aspect that could be dementia, then you could be, you're just depressed, or you're just this.
Well, that's what they said to him the month before when he'd gone to the GP. Yeah. They said he was depressed. Yeah. He said it won't be dementia.
It's important to do your own research, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, another great episode. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
And thanks for listening.
Always happy to help.
We'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks so much for listening to today's podcast. We hope you've got something out of it. We understand that everyone's journey is different, and we understand there's hundreds of types of dementia. So we hope through conversation, we're supporting you on your journey. So please subscribe, tell other people you know who might benefit from the podcast. And if you'd like to come on, please do get in touch. Just a reminder to do your own research. We always take guests, scientists, researchers, people supporting people living with dementia at their word. They might talk about things that are new in science. They might talk about things that have really helped them. So just a reminder, do your own research. And thanks again for listening.